Ms. Sharon O'Neill, a very good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I have been a huge admirer of yours for years and could never understand that when we first met you many, many years ago when I was doing Spot On and places like that and you were around the traps, that this little lady, when you would walk into the studio, and you've done it again now, it's kind of like, you are so wee, but you've got this huge voice.
Well, I wore my flat shoes today, especially for you.
So at what point did you realise that you had this talent?
I don't know, really. I mean, I loved the radio and I sang along with the radio all the time and realised that I could actually sing in tune most of the time. So it sort of evolved from there, and my love for like playing and creating songs.
Well, you've done extremely well. Now you put together the very best of Sharon O'Neill. It's available now.
Yes.
It's in the marketplace right now.
Aye.
I mean, that was track 3, Asian Paradise. I mean, it starts off track 1's Words, Maxine. You just go down through the list. I mean, they're all so many hits. But we lost you. You were so huge here, and then you disappeared. You got on a plane and you went to Australia. What was that all about? Now, come on.
Well, it wasn't really like I'm getting out of here. It was more like the record company transferred everything over to Australia. They thought, give that a shot. So hence I went over, and it's not like I haven't come back.
Well, you've been back
but I've been there.
Yeah.
I go back and forth like a yo-yo, really. I can't keep away.
But you are an Aussie now, really, aren't you?
No, I am not an
come
Aussie.
On, come on.
No.
Like
No.
Well, there's 600,000 Kiwis over there or something.
I know.
It's a phenomenal
I know.
number. So
It's incredible.
So was Australia good to you?
It has been very good. I started out not actually moving there, but I had a great tour with Boz Skaggs all over the country with my Kiwi band. So that kind of broke the ice, and then the next thing, it made sense to go over there and be where the record company was and do the albums, everything that you have to do. And I just stayed there and put down roots, really.
And it's home?
Well, I've been asked this a lot, and it depends how you interpret home, the word home. I mean, it's home because I have a home and, 2 cats in the yard, all that stuff. But when I come here, it's a different kind of home. It takes me right back to the home that I, remember and love. And
Where did you grow up in New Zealand?
Nelson. I'm a Nelson girl.
Of course, you penned a lot of songs out of there. I mean, wasn't one of your songs something you dug up from the archives or something you tucked away in a book or something and you had a big hit with it?
It probably was Don't Say No to Tomorrow, the telethon song.
Yes.
That goes way back. 1979.
You have been out there for a long time,
Yes,
haven't you? What's it like when you look back retrospectively and you put together this very best of Sharon O'Neill, which is a great album, by the way. Congratulations.
Thank you.
But in terms of that, when you look back, there's always highs and lows for people. Is it a roller coaster ride in the music industry, or have you had quite a sweet ride?
It's been a bit of a roller coaster for me, have to admit, but a sweet ride initially, and then the whole CBS fiasco through the courts, which was a real bummer, really, because I lost my impetus a little bit. But then you take this on board and then you come out the other side, okay.
We often hear that of youngsters in the industry that get in, get high profile, get some hits under their belt, and then there's someone in the wings that's been clipping the ticket, or they didn't quite sign the paperwork and all that kind of stuff.
You have to be careful.
Yeah,
you really do.
Have you ever thought of working in that side of the industry, of looking after some of the young talent and advising and or go management wise?
No, it really doesn't appeal to me. It's something I think you either cut out for or you're not. And I think it's a hard job, and you got to be very smart. It's smart legally too.
Well, it's a business.
That's right.
It's not just I think a lot of us look back and we go, rock and roll, drug, sex, rock and roll. It's all fun and it's a party. But in actual fact, it's a huge industry.
It is a big industry. And there are a lot of dodgy people out there that you have to be wary of. And a lot of wonderful people, that help you along the way and inspire you and give you a leg up.
Sharon's in the studio. You can get on the phone, 0800 80 1080. She's brought along some signed copies of her album, Words, the very best of Sharon O'Neill. So if you pick up the phone, or maybe you're a fan, 0800 80 1080, want to ask her some questions, Newstalk ZB. Now, in terms of writing a song and putting a song together, the world has changed. I mean, now a youngster can get their own computer and sit down and go, they can put it out on Facebook. I mean, look, and have hits before they've even signed up with anybody.
Yeah, it's quite different now.
What was it like? What was it like when you had to literally go into the studio? You had to convince someone that you could sing, that you had, come on, guys, give us a break here. What was that like?
We were hands-on back in the old days,
Last century.
everything, yeah. I mean, it was sort of almost unheard of to sort of double track. Double tracking came in and it was like, oh, I can do my own harmonies. How wonderful. We were hands-on and not so much editing back in those days, but that came later. We could actually, do another vocal and intermingle it. It wasn't necessarily live anymore. It didn't have to be. So, it was quite different.
But listening to this album and the number of hits that you've had, it's very clean and it is powerful.
It's the old style of recording, which I quite like.
Is that because it's familiar or you actually like that sound? I
like that sound. I mean, I hate the way everything is really condensed now and there's no dynamics in it. I mean, it's great and it's poppy and it goes on your iPod and there's hooks for days and all that stuff. But I guess because when I grew up through all that, that was what really mattered to me, was just to go in the studio and actually record, really, really record.
If you had the opportunity to be doing it right now, if you could step back in and be an 18, 19 or a 20-year-old, starting with your first hit, would you be doing the Facebook? Do you think you'd be into the technology and buying into it really quickly?
It's hard for me to say. I mean, I was on Facebook and I offed myself off that because it just got...
Drove you nuts.
It was too much. And I'm really not au fait with
Not far away, Megan.
presenting myself like through that media because I don't know enough about it.
Yeah, well, it is a lovely album, the very best of Sharon O'Neill. It is available now. We've got some callers. G'day, Dick.
Hey, mate.
We're good.
Yeah, we'll definitely get to you, Jackie.
Yep.
Hey, listen, I just wonder if Sharon will remember arriving in a hotel in Gisborne as a wet as a shag with her little band and ran into me and I put her up in the staff, in the band quarters over there, and they played for us for nearly 12 months, and we closed down the opposition hotel because they were so good.
I remember Gisborne. Was that the Sandown Park?
It was me, yeah. Dickie Jones, love.
Oh, how are you? How
good.
Lovely.
Yeah. No, you guys were fantastic. Remember we cleaned up and they had to close down the Kai Tea pub?
Oh, wow. Oh, gosh, that's good memories.
Well,
Thank you for that.
Just on that, Dick, while Sharon's here, I mean, the pub scene really was a big scene for bands in New Zealand then, and for quite some time, it's sort of making its way back, but it's never cracked it. What was it like doing the pubs?
Oh, well, the brewery circuit was great.
Yeah, Richard Holden ran a really good circuit, didn't he?
Yeah, it was great, and then we could have these residencies like we did at Big Dick. So it was great. It was we felt like we were really working.
Dick, would you like a copy of her album?
I'd love one.
Well, you stay there, all right?
Thanks, mate.
Okay, no problem.
You want to talk to Sharon?
Back with Sharon in just a moment. 0800 80 1080 Newstalk ZB. Sharon O'Neill in the studio with us. Words. Where do they come from as a songwriter? Would you just pluck them out of the ethos?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, come on.
No, I always wrote poetry. And I love telling stories and expressing, people's emotions and my emotions. So it depends on your mood, really.
And then you just pen to paper and away you go?
Well, you pen to paper or the other way around. Sometimes the music comes first. And then you'll find different things that you've written and you put that into perspective with the music.
Great gift to have. Hello, Megan.
Hi, how you doing?
We're good.
Hi, Megan.
Hi, Sharon, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Oh, good. You came along with me while I was growing up and took me into all sorts of naughty places, sometimes with your music.
Ooh, that'll get back.
Always fun. Yeah.
What kind of naughty places, Megan?
When you're a teenager and you're going to parties and whatever, I'm not going to tell you anymore.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Where
was...
But actually, why I rang was I thought, it's my birthday this week. It would be lovely to have one of your albums.
Okay. I think that could be done.
Love one. Be lovely to have one in my car so I can sing along as I'm driving.
Oh,
I'll tell you what, we'll get Sharon to put Happy Birthday Megan on it. So what are you, 21 or 27?
I wish I was 21. I will be 54.
Well, yeah, we'll put that on, all right?
Right.
Yeah.
All right, you stay there. You stay there. Talk to my producer. He'll get that out to you. Hello, Jackie.
Oh, hi.
You got a question for Sharon?
Oh, yes. Hi, Sharon.
Hi, Jackie.
It's such an honour to speak to you.
Oh, you darling.
I have actually got a double CD of yours at home that I've had for years. It's got the Maybe song and Maxine and all the other ones and that. Now, I actually love singing, and I'm 48.
Oh, good for you. That's a good age.
Yeah, it is a good age.
Yeah, it is.
And I wanted to know, because I don't know any instruments. I have never learnt any instruments, because only probably in the last, say, 10, 15 years that I started thinking about singing and doing stuff. So I've actually written a couple of songs, but because I don't know how to play instruments and don't have all these fancy gadgets of computers, and what is the best way to go about, because I just heard you before and you said sometimes you just write the words first and then you put the music to it. So how would I do it if I'm not, can't play an instrument?
It would be really good if you had a friend who played guitar or a friend who played keyboards or somebody that you could hook up with. And then the only thing I can think of is that you can sing that melody of the song that you've written and see if they can lock those chords in for you.
Yeah, Jackie. You go, you go for it, and there's also an album for you, all right? Well, the album is out. Sharon O'Neill, the very best of words, the very best of, and a great deal of words there. We wish you well.
Thank you so much.
Oh, no, you're more than welcome.